Hey guys, Movie Junkie for Life here, and this is my review of Jinn. After discovering that he's the descendant of from a group of people who fight demonic genies, also known as jinns, a man has to deal with the implications of that when his wife finds out that she's pregnant. This movie had some potential. It has a small budget, but it had really good CGI. I actually really like the design choices for the Jinn. I don't know how many of you have seen or remember a horror movie series called Wishmaster. I think they made about 4 or 5 Wishmaster movies, but the only really good ones are the first 2. The story of the Jinn basically is that when God created life, he created 3 sets of beings. He created man made of clay, angels made of light, and he created the Jinn made of fire. And most stories say that the Jinn were created before man, right? I think even before angels, and that they became jealous after of what man had gotten, and they basically would trick us into making these wishes that they could bend to their own needs and then take our souls in exchange. Like I said, this movie had a lot of potential. The actor, I don't know the actor. He looks Arabic. Excuse me if that sounds racist, but he's good looking. He's not a bad actor. The actress who plays his wife, I've seen her pop up all over the place. She didn't have that much to do here, but I like her. I actually like the actress a lot. A familiar face in this was, I'm not remembering his name right now. I'm running a blank. But it's a gentleman who played Darth Maul and the Toad and those movies. It's Star Wars and X-Men. Again, he had one fight scene, which I think was such an underutilization of what it is he's capable of, because he's a fantastic fighter and really good at choreographing his own fight sequences. That being said, Jinn it didn't live up to its potential. They would have these moments where it would get good and then it would just fall back into these old tropes. And I think what this movie suffered with most of all was it was way too long. A movie like this doesn't need to be as long as this film was. At least an hour and 43 minutes I think this film ran, and that really wasn't necessary to tell this story. The genie, they went with a lot of CGI, which, as most of you know, I can't stand CGI in horror movies. Not that this is a straight out horror, but that's where it leans to, and it failed in my book. Sorry, not the CGI didn't fail, but the use of CGI is because we never really get to interact with the Jinn that much, and I'm guessing that's because of money. It must have been really expensive to do those effects, and because of that, the Jinn doesn't have a personality. It's just a creature. And I'm never really invested in what happens in that case. What made Wishmaster work was the actor, I think his name is Andre. He made that character very likable, like what was done with Freddy Krueger. And when you do that, you get people invested. They actually, even if you're rooting for the bad guy, you're rooting for somebody. That just didn't happen here. So I was just, honestly, I'd gotten to a point where I started fast forwarding what was going on just to get to the point. So because of that, I have to give the Jinn 4 out of 10. It did not live up to its potential at all. They do set it up for a sequel, but I would be surprised if that sequel happens. Maybe if the people involved fund it themselves. So I give it a 4 out of 10. Okay guys, till next time.